Hey ho folks, it's me again. Take four. I hope you have all had a great weekend so far, and I hope your week goes well. It's fair old storm here last night, so 5 o'clock this morning. I was still awake with the dog, rather large dog, tried to hide under a very narrow gap between the bottom of the bed and the floor. I'm going to do a quick beer review. Tried doing this 3 times already, so the beer is already poured, as you can see. But it's this one. I've had it in my fridge for a few weeks. It's Yellowbelly Beer's red Noir, which means red night. Dark red ale. Unfiltered, unpasteurised natural beer brewed and canned at Yellowbelly Beer, Pembrokestown, Wexford, Ireland. Ingredients: water, barley, wheat, hops, yeast. 4.9% ABV. Straight out the back, guys. They're a good brewery. I love their Citra Pale Ale. My first Berliner Weiss first sour of any kind that I've ever had was from them. And while I wouldn't get it again because I don't think sours are my thing, it was a decent. I could tell it was well made. So they're a good brewery. The vast majority of their stuff, I've yet to see their stuff in anything other than a 330ml can, so that seems to be their thing, and I think that's good. However, they're rather pricey. Craft beer prices in general seem to have shot through the roof in 2018. A lot of your typical craft breweries, Irish craft breweries, that you would have been buying stuff in 500ml bottles all along, they seem to have brought out the same beers in both 500ml bottles and 330ml cans this year for some reason. However, the 330ml cans are still holding the 500ml bottle prices. So this was roughly about $2.75 for a 330ml can. I've seen it going for as much as $3.20 in some places. I mean, you're rocking up around $4.20 for a 500ml bottle. And it's just a 4.9% ABV red ale. It's not what you would call special by any stretch of the imagination. It's like an imported Abbey beer or something like that. So I don't know what's going on. I know you can't exactly blame the breweries. I don't know what's going on with the off licenses and supermarkets. But it's getting out of hand at this stage. I mean, they're going to, the likes of me that likes to pick up one or two of, say, the like of this, I'm not going to be buying that again at that kind of a price. But Yellowbelly Beer, enough of the rant. Yellowbelly Beer, Wexford. There you go, guys. I'm trying to get a bit of a head up on that. Who doesn't like some good head? And it is almost as dark as what it looks like on the camera. I'll tell you what it looks very, very similar to is Theakston Old Peculiar. Both in texture, and we'll get to that in a minute, and in colour. It's a really, really dark, deep mahogany brown. I mean, it basically looks like a brown ale. Even though I know Theakston is technically a red ale as well, which is why I compared the two. So, very slight cabinet, and that was always on it when I poured the first, guys. I'm getting masses of chocolate on the nose. I'm not picking up any other malt sweetness or anything. Not picking up any hops at all, but then again, on a red ale, I wouldn't really expect to. So good for the taste. Sláinte. And I know I keep looking in the wrong direction, so apologies. Now I know it said unfiltered on the can, and I did shake the can about halfway through pouring. And I didn't think it made much of a difference, but there are a few floaties in it. So, medium bodied on the mouthfeel, perfect, very minimal carbonation. It's quite chilled. So whatever carbonation was there, the vast majority of it should have been still in the beer. So it's maybe a little, could have done with a touch more carbonation, to my mind. Masses of chocolate malt up front, followed by a really dry, almost gritty, peppery aftertaste. Now, I don't know whether that's the beer or whether it's the sediment, whatever little bit of sediment was in the can. But the beer itself is finishing very, very dry and almost chalky. I'm not picking up any malt sweetness in it. I mean, it's pretty well balanced hops and malts. I'm not picking up the hops at all, but even though the chocolate malt is dominant, it's not overpowering, if you get my meaning. But what disappoints me about this is, in a red ale, I expect a little bit of almost sort of graininess, maybe a touch of toffee, caramel, little touch of sweetness, balance it out. I'm not getting any of it in this beer. Now, it's a decent beer all the same, but there's chocolate malt in it and nothing else. The carbonation is good, maybe up at a little smidgen. The body is perfect for what it is. But there's just not a heck of a lot there. Now, I don't want to sound overly disappointed. It's a decent beer. I would certainly have no objection to drinking it again. I would give it a solid 7 out of 10, but I'm going to knock it at least a point or two because really it's very one-dimensional, in my opinion. If they had added a little bit more substance in the way of maybe some slightly more dominant, maybe hop aromas, maybe added a touch of caramel, toffee sweetness to it, give it a little bit more substance. I mean, considering you're paying to €3 for that, come on guys, you can do better. But there you go, Yellowbelly Beer, Red Noir, check it out. 7 out of 10. Good beer, but not worth the price tag in my opinion. Now I believe they've recently started doing collabs with Brewdog, and I see on Brewdog's website that they're actually stocking Yellowbelly Beer, some of Yellowbelly's beers in the guest slot. So go check that out. You guys over in the UK may be able to pick them up that way. They're a good brewery. I like them. As I said, I love their Citra Pale Ale. The Berliner Weiss, while I wouldn't go back and get it again because I don't think sort of my thing, was done very well. I've another beer of theirs in the fridge. I've never had a bad beer from them yet. I just wish they weren't so expensive for what they are. But then I'm a tight horse, so there you go. Anyway guys, have a great week. It's long before.